Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be trying some PR. Y'all, I am so behind on PR. I have so many things I've been sent for the last few weeks, the last few months, and a lot of it I still have not tried. So I just pulled out a bunch of those things today and we're just going to try all of it in this video. I have some Jensy products, I have Sigma, I have some Ofra, I have some Collet, I have a little bit of everything. So we're just gonna sit down and test these things out today. If you are new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty content here on YouTube. We would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get into the video. All right, I am gonna start with an SPF. Now, this I have already tried. So this is the only thing in this video that I've tried already, but I'm still testing it. This is by Naked Sundays and it's their Collagen Glow Mineral SPF and it's SPF 50. So I've been testing this out for probably about a week. The good news is it does not seem to interfere with makeup. It does have like a little bit of a tint when you pump it out or when you squeeze it out, but the tint goes away. My biggest issue with it is it is so thick. It is so thick and you can blend it in, and once you actually blend it, it's okay. But because it's so thick, it takes a really long time to blend this in. But once you do, it's good and it's nice. It gives a little bit of a glow, but it's not like extremely glowy like Glow Screen, for example. It's not that glowy, but it does give your skin just a little bit of a glow. So I like that about it, but it's just, I wish it was just a little bit thinner. The consistency is very, very thick, but the result is not bad once you get it on. My main complaint is the thickness. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to tell just by looking at it on the screen, but it is a thick texture. But you know, I get a lot of skincare sent to me. Like, honestly, I get more skincare sent to me than I get makeup. And I get to wear, like, I don't try a lot of it because I find things that I like, and then, I don't know, especially with like SPFs, it's hard once you find something you really like to switch it up. But I was like, today, since we're trying out all these other things, we need to test this out. And it's a mineral SPF, which are even more difficult to find that work well with makeup. So, but you can see, like, once you blend it in, it looks nice. It's just, I wish the texture was not as thick as it is. But other than that, I haven't had any issues with it. So that's good. All right, let's move into something I have from Sigma. Now, this product has actually been out for quite a while at this point. This is their Skin Perfector Hydrating Tint. This came out like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I did not end up getting mine in PR until much later after it had launched. So that's why I'm not trying it until right now. But I do like Sigma products, and I was really excited to see that they were releasing a complexion product. So they sent me 3 shades. I'm assuming this is going to be the shade that I need, which is shade 2, which is called Light Beige Tint. So let me shake it up. But they also sent me shade 3 and shade 4, which are medium golden tint and medium beige tint. Okay, so that is shade number 2 on my hand right there, which honestly looks like a little bit light. I don't know, it's hard to say. Let me swatch shade 3 also, just to see, although that one is more of like a yellow tone, I think. So maybe I should swatch shade 4, because I think this one is about the same undertone as shade number 2. It's just the medium one. So that is shade 4. So you can see that one's significantly darker. All right, I guess since we're swatching, I'll just go ahead and swatch shade number 3 also. Okay, so we've got shade 2, shade 3, and shade 4. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with this one. I guess maybe we could mix in like a tiny bit of shade 3. That one looks quite a bit more yellow though. So let's just try shade number 2 first. It says to shake well, so I'm trying to shake it up. So this comes in 6 shades, which is not very many. Retails for $39, and it says it's a sheer to medium coverage, which is interesting for a skin tint. It has hyaluronic acid, squalane, niacinamide, vitamin E, and it's supposed to be a hydrating tint that provides a dewy, natural looking finish. All things that I like. So let's just try it out. Honestly, I might just kind of squeeze some on my face. That's something I kind of like about these squeezy bottles, although this one isn't squeezing out that easy. It's definitely a little bit on the thicker side for a skin tint in terms of the texture. And I'm using the BK Beauty 106 brush. All right, actually, the shade match looks really good. Isn't it funny? I thought when I first pumped it, or when I swatched it on my hand, oh, it looks kind of light. I think my hand is actually a little bit darker though than my face right now, just because it's like left over from, I guess, being out in the sun. I don't know. But I actually think this is a good match. So there it is on that side. It looks really, really pretty actually. Wow. Ooh, yeah, I love the finish on this. The finish, actually, I would totally agree, does look like a natural finish. Definitely has like a glow, like you could see there, but it doesn't look oily on my skin. There's a difference between having a little bit of like a natural skin finish kind of glow and looking like dewy and oily sometimes, you know. Wow, that looks really good. Really, really good. Definitely not, I would say it's like a light coverage at this point, maybe like light medium. I also have this lovely little friend right here that does not want to go away. It's been there for like over a week now and it just won't go. It just won't go. So we will deal with that in a minute with something else, but it wants to stay. You know what? Honestly, the coverage is pretty good on this. I'm gonna add what's left on the back of my hand here and see how much we can build up the coverage, but actually the coverage is decent for a skin tint, which is great. All right, so there is the tint all over. I am like really shocked by that. I mean, I like Sigma products, Sigma makeup. I think their products are pretty underrated typically. So I'm surprised, but actually not really, because their makeup is really good, but this is beautiful. I like this a lot. All right, let's move into some concealer and color corrector. Now, Ofra sent me a bunch of stuff, and I'm not gonna be able to use it all in this video because they sent me so many things, but they did send me this, which I figured we could try out. This is the Magic Roulette Concealer Wheel. And it's like a little color correcting wheel. I have not tried really anything from Ofra, so I'm excited to try some of their products. But this is what it looks like. It's one of those little color wheel looking things for color correction. So you can use it for a lot of different things. You have peach, like an orangier color, a yellow, purple, a green, and then I think that's also a white. Oh, it is, yeah. There's like a white in the center, so you can mix and make any of these shades lighter, which is nice. For products like this, I typically like to use a little flat concealer brush. This is an A505, or it's actually an eyeshadow brush, I think. But I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is like the peachier pink. And okay, now actually, I'm gonna take some out of here with the back of, or with the handle of my brush. And then I'm gonna go into a little bit of the white color. Now this is definitely like a thicker cream texture. So we'll see how that does under the eyes, but it's definitely on the thicker side. So I'm just kind of mixing them together. That shade and the palette does look like it has a really nice pinky undertone, which I like for my under eyes. So there's the shade that I mixed right there. So let's test this out. I'm gonna just grab some with this brush. and just start tapping this on. I'm also gonna add this right here where I have this, I have a vein there, and I also have some melasma. So I'm gonna kind of tap that there and then let it sit for a little bit before we blend it in. Actually, I think that color is perfect. I'm just gonna lightly kind of tap that in now that it's been sitting for about a minute or so. I'm actually kind of amazed that I mixed that color just randomly and got that shade, because actually the color is like spot on for what I like for correcting. All right, so actually that cream looks pretty good under my eyes. So I was a little bit worried that texture was gonna be kind of dry, but you know what? After I like took it out of the pan and kind of mixed it and warmed it up, it actually looks pretty hydrating under the eyes. And the color is pretty spot on, to be honest. So I'm happy with that. I don't, like I said, I don't have like a color wheel kind of correcting palette, so this is kind of a nice thing to have. But let's test this. So this is the Ofra Perfect Cover Concealer. So they sent me 2 different shades here. Light Sand and Fair Ivory. Fair Ivory and Light Sand. So that one, that looks like almost white. Almost. And then that one is a little bit darker, but it's definitely more yellow. I don't know if I'm gonna like either one of those shades, to be honest. I guess for testing purposes, we'll use a little bit, but I'm not gonna use much because I really don't like it when my under eyes look super light. So this is a radiant, long-wearing formula that blends perfectly into the skin with a natural skin finish. So let's test it out. It does have a little bit of like that paint thinner smell, which I don't love. It does have, though, this little curved doe foot. It kind of looks like the Fenty We're Even concealer. If you're familiar with that one, it has a doe foot that looks pretty similar to this. All right, I'm gonna use the F03 brush from Sigma and just start blending that out. Ooh, it blended really easy, really quick. Okay, so once it's blended out, it doesn't look that light. It's definitely on the lighter side for what I typically go for, but not super light. It looks pretty good under my eyes. It looks hydrating. The coverage, I would say, is on like the lighter side at this point. I would say like light medium maybe, because I do have that corrector underneath it, and I didn't see a ton of opacity like as I was blending it. So I think the coverage is on the lighter side, but that could also be because I used a shade that I probably wouldn't have picked for myself personally, but it doesn't look bad at all. It looks pretty smooth under my eyes, so we'll see how it wears. All right, before we move any further, I am going to put something on this friend down here, and this is the perfect time for this product, the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. If you've been around my channel for a long time, you have heard me talk about this many times, but I think everybody needs one of these concealers just for when you have times like this where you have like a friend here and most products won't cover it. This will. Yeah, so see, you can't cover texture, obviously, but you can cover pigment. And that is what this concealer does. This product is also great for adding a little bit more coverage in areas where you need it. I use this product, I've been using this product for years at this point. I used to talk about it more, honestly, than I do now. But if you ever have a spot on your face that you need just that little bit more coverage, but you don't want to apply like another layer of foundation or anything, this will cover it, and you need like the tiniest bit of it. All right, I did just apply some of my Mario Skin Enhancer in light medium. I don't really have a new bronzer, but I do have a new blush that I want to try. This is from Ami Collet, and it's their Cream Multi-Stick in the shade Dune. I also have the Ami Collet powder that we're going to try in a minute, but they sent me these quite a while ago, and I've never tried anything from this brand, so it looks like this. And I think, yeah, this is kind of like a more brown, like rosy brown color, but it looks really, really pretty. Kind of like a rosy brown, I guess is how I would describe it, but I love the tone of it. So let's try this. So this is a multi-stick, so you can also use this on the lips if you want, but I figured we can try this today. I'm gonna use the Mario F1 and just grab it off the back of my hand and tap it on. Ooh, it's nice. Yeah, it's a really beautiful, warm, like rosier, almost like a terracotta color. I think this brand also has like a skin tint, maybe. I know I've looked at their products at Sephora. I've just never purchased anything. And then this was a few months ago actually, they reached out and asked if they could send a few things. I like that a lot actually. So it's pretty easy to blend, like that's it kind of on the back of my hand there. So I think honestly, this is probably one of those things you could really build up the color if you want, because it feels and looks pretty pigmented when you swatch it. So that's nice. Let me see what this says. Yeah, it says it's a buildable cream multi-stick for cheeks and lips that blends effortlessly into the skin with a soft matte finish. Let me look up close actually. Ooh, yeah. Gosh, that looks so good on the skin actually. We have a lot of glowy things underneath, so I don't think it necessarily looks matte on me right now, but that's really nice. I like that shade a lot. All right, so they also sent the Skin Melt Loose Powder. Now this I've heard really good things about. Actually, I remember I posted about this on Instagram a while ago when I received it, and I got so many messages that said this was like your holy grail powder, which is great. It is made in Italy, which typically makeup made in Italy is good. So you do have this little lid right here, which is nice, that closes off the powder, so hopefully it won't get everywhere, which is really nice. Powder kind of went everywhere when I took the little protective thing off, but that is it right there. So we've got a lot of powder here. It does have a sifter thing in it, but I don't know, I must have done that maybe in the mail. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna just grab some of this on the brush and then use the cap to kind of swirl it around. This is the larger side of the Mario F3 brush. And I'm just gonna set the T-zone first. So that side has the powder and that side has nothing. It's definitely pretty mattifying from what I'm seeing from a distance. Okay, yeah, so that powder kind of reminds me of the Mario powder, honestly, because when you look up close, it doesn't look powder. Your skin doesn't look powdered, yet it does look much more matte than it did before. So that is good, because I do not like powders that look like super powdery, unless I'm doing like a full coverage kind of makeup look and you kind of want that made up look, then that's kind of a different story. But typically for like everyday, I don't really want that, so that's nice. It's definitely a very, very finely milled powder. All right, now I'm just kind of taking what's left on this brush and going under my blush and bronzer and kind of along the jawline right here, just with what is left over. Wow. Oh my goodness, it looks so nice and smooth in the areas where I applied it without looking heavy. So this is very, very promising. I'm excited about this. All right, I do actually have a new brow product, and it's from the brand Jensy. I think that's how you say it. They sent me a bunch of stuff, so we have some other things from them as well, but this is their Arch Support Brow Gel. And I have never tried anything from this brand either. I believe they're sold at Credo, I'm pretty sure. So they sent me the shade Light Taupe, which looks like that. I don't know, it looks a little bit light maybe, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not really sure what the shade range of this product is, but I figured we could just test it. Usually I would fill in my brows first, but I kind of wanted to just try this out and see what I think before I do that. It says this is a clean eyebrow gel for fuller, natural looking groomed brows. It's got like a tiny little spoolie. Okay, so actually it does have almost like a powdered feeling finish. Feels kind of like moussey going on, but then like when you look, almost gives like a powdered brow effect. I don't tend to use tinted brow gels a lot just because I have like a sparse area kind of in the same spot on both brows, and it's right here. And typically tinted brow gels, you know, they add a little bit of color, but they don't do a lot in terms of like filling in areas where you kind of need it. So for that reason, I typically don't use a ton of tinted brow gels. They definitely are adding like some fullness and some volume to my brows. I can definitely see that. All right, so it actually did add a little bit of color, like in this arch area right here, which is where I typically kind of fill in my brows, but I think I kind of went overboard because they're looking a little choppy right here. But it did add some tint there. I actually like that. I like the finish of it. I like the powdered kind of natural look in my brows. I would probably use it with a little bit of a brow pencil first next time, but I kind of like that actually. I'm gonna take just a little bit of NYX Micro Brow and just add like the tiniest little bit up here on my brows where I need a little bit more. All right, yeah, the brows definitely look a little bit fluffier than normal, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, they did also send this mixed media liquid eyeshadow. They sent me 2 different shades. One of them is a matte shade and one is a shimmer shade. We've got Linen, which honestly kind of looks like my skin tone, but that is it there. And then we have the shade Moonlight, which is that one right there. Now these feel very, very creamy, like extremely creamy. I guess we'll just use a little bit of both. So I'm gonna use Linen. I'm gonna blend that with a MAC 217 brush. Okay, so yeah, that is like basically my skin color. So it doesn't add a ton in terms of a color, but it's a great like evening out your lid kind of shade. Very easy to blend. Hot other side. I do love liquid eyeshadows. Honestly, in the last like year, I guess like year and a half or so, I've gotten even more into liquid shadows just because they're so easy, or even like eyeshadow sticks. I just think they're so nice, quick, easy. Wow, that texture is absolutely stunning. It blends so easy. Okay, that formula is really nice. Okay, we do have the liquid shadow, but I just remembered I also have these from Thrive Cosmetics. These are the Brilliant Eye Brightener Multitasking Eyeshadow Sticks. They recently re-released these, or they released new shades, I think, and they sent me all of the shades. So I thought maybe we could use a few of these and then use that shimmer shade kind of in the center of the lid. I have not tried anything from Thrive Cosmetics either, except the mascara a long time ago. So this is what it looks like. It just looks like an eyeshadow stick, and this is the shade Shany Joe. That's a cute name. So this one they describe as a caramel matte, and that is how I would describe it. So that is it right there. And they sent all 5 of them, so I guess I'll swatch them all. All right, so here are the 5 shades. So we've got Lauren, Shany Joe, Tracy, Blythe, and Sophia, which is like a bright white color. But there are the swatches. Now these kind of remind me of, they're very, very matte, almost like a powdered kind of finish or feel to them. But let's do a little bit of that first shade we used, which was Shany Joe. And what I was gonna do with this is just kind of draw a little bit in the crease of my eye, like not a ton, just a little. And then just kind of blend that out, like just like a crease shade. Since the Jensy color was pretty light on me, it doesn't give much of a color. Very, very nice. You know what? That's a really nice brown that doesn't lean like too warm. It definitely has some warmth in there, but it's not like extremely warm. Definitely a much drier feeling formula than most shadow sticks that I have, but they're blending out like very, very easily. Just for fun, I'm gonna take a little bit of this cream color, kind of apply it right here in this inner part of the eye. I don't know why, I'm just kind of playing. Have y'all tried this formula from Thrive Causemetics? I want to say when I got it in the mail, there was a little flyer in there that said that they've already like had this product, but they were like expanding the shade range or something. I might totally be making that up, but it's definitely a nice formula. I'm going to use my same brush and just go under the lower lash line with this. Now, let's do a little bit of this Moonlight shadow from Jensy. I'm just gonna kind of apply it like that. Wow, that's very, very reflective. And just kind of buff it out with that same brush. It's definitely pretty reflective, like in the swatch, but once you blend it, oh, the shimmer kind of goes away, honestly. Yeah, it's not shimmery at all. It looks kind of chalky. Ooh, okay, I don't really like that. I'll try it a different way on the other side. I'm gonna kind of get some on my finger and just kind of tap it on this way. It's so weird when you blend it, like the shimmer totally goes away. And it just looks kind of like a chalky, like lackluster metallic. Okay, that I don't really like that. I like the matte one a lot, but I'm not sure about that one. All right, they also sent this, which is it's called the Cruise Liner, and it's the matte eye pencil. And this is not really something I would use, but I figured we could use it since they sent it. But it looks like this, and it's a purple color. So it's lavender. What color is this? It's called Provence. And it's a light, like lavender shade. So there is Provence. I don't know that it really goes with this makeup look. All right, so very creamy formula for sure. I like the formula a lot. The purple is actually pretty. That's just not something I would usually use. But it's very soft looking. I just attempted to put that in my waterline. The reason I don't ever do that on the bottom is because it usually irritates my eye. And I hate that, so I just don't do it. But I just attempted to put a little bit there. This eyeliner is creamy, but it also feels kind of like a formula that would stay put. It doesn't feel like it would slide all around. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Not something I would typically wear, but I mean, I like the color, and honestly, lavender, if you have green eyes, looks really good with green. All right, they also sent the Spectator Sport Mascara. So, oh, and it's brown. Nice. I didn't realize it was brown. Okay, so this has more of like an hourglass shaped wand. Looks definitely like a black brown to me, but let's test this out. Okay, so it's a very, very dry mascara formula, like very dry. I almost wonder if this one got a little air in it somehow, because this is like very dry. Almost feels like a powdered texture. Like it doesn't want to adhere. Let me try applying another coat. I mean, I think I'm getting a little bit more with this second coat, but this, I mean, this is maybe the most dry mascara formula I've ever used. Like now you can at least kind of see it on the lashes, but yeah, I don't really like the texture of that at all. It's almost like this one is like a lash tint, not even like a traditional mascara, just because of the way it's going on. It's just so dry. So you can build it up a little bit. Now it looks better. It just takes a lot of work. Like when you do just a little bit of it, you barely see anything on the lashes. It looks fine now, but I had to really build this up to get here. So I don't know about that either. Finally, for the lips, I do have all of the new Persona lip liners. I'm gonna open these up and I will swatch them for you. I don't know that these shades are gonna go with what we have going on, but let me just swatch them. All right, so we've got Marrakesh, Americano, and Pumpkin. So Pumpkin is obviously more of like an orangey color. So that one definitely won't really go. Americano is that really deep chocolate brown. Marrakesh is more on the nude side. It's definitely like a warmer nude, but I think that should work with what we have going on. They also did send, Jensy sent one of their lipsticks. It's the Pick Me Up Matte Lipstick in the shade number 3, Rosy. Okay, so that is Rosy. It's pretty opaque matte texture. So honestly, that's a little bit pink for me. I don't know that I want to put that on my lips. I do also have the Ami Collet blush, which I'm probably going to do because this was meant to go on the lips and the cheeks. So maybe we'll do that, and we'll try this Marrakesh color for the Persona liner. These liners from Persona are very, very creamy. I'm gonna kind of blend it a little with my finger. I don't know that I love that shade. It's okay. It's a little bit orangey brownish looking to me, but I like that formula. Okay, let's use this from Ami Collet. Okay, yeah, I love this color for sure. I have one more lip product I just thought of. I got this a while ago. It's from Beauty Pie, and it's the Wonder Gloss Collagen Lip Oil. This one is in the shade Nude Nectar. And I just remembered I haven't tried this either. Let's put a little bit of this on top because you know me, I like a gloss. I like a glossy lip. All right, that is everything that we're gonna try today. So let's kind of go through the products. I'll give you my initial thoughts on them. The SPF, okay, this, again, today I had no issues with my base products with this, so I'm really happy with this. I do wish the texture was a little bit thinner and not so thick, but other than that, for a mineral sunscreen, I am enjoying this so far. The Sigma Skin Tint, this is one of the things I'm definitely most impressed with from this video. This is a beautiful product. So beautiful. I think this is the perfect natural, slightly glowy finish. Like I'm talking just like a little bit of glow, not a lot. I really like this. My main critique would be, I don't know why they only release 6 shades. I mean, it's a skin tint, so the shade is not as important as a normal foundation, but still, you need more than 6 shades in my opinion. Hopefully they'll expand them though, because this is a beautiful product, and I don't even know how it wears, but on my skin, this looks so good. It kind of reminds me of the Fenty Eavesdrop skin tint, if you're familiar with that. This reminds me of that with a little bit more of a glow than that one. But the texture and the way it looks on the skin, the coverage, all of that really reminds me of the Fenty one. But this, very impressed with so far. The Ofra Corrector palette, this is nice. I mean, I'm happy to have this in my collection. I did really like that shade that I mixed together. I mean, I'm not like blown away by this, but it's a nice thing to have. And honestly, it did look good under my eyes before I applied concealer at all. It looked very hydrating, not dry or thick at all. So that's pretty nice. The concealer is kind of hard for me to judge just because I don't love the shades that they sent me, and the shade can really throw off your opinion of a concealer, like 100%. But I mean, it doesn't look bad at all under my eyes in terms of how it was sitting. I do think it's on the lighter coverage side. I thought it was pretty hydrating. I mean, I'm not like blown away by it. There's nothing that made me go like, wow, as soon as I applied it. But it's hard to kind of judge a concealer by using it one time. So I have to keep testing it and let you know in a future video, but that was just okay. Loving this product for sure. The Multistick from Amicole. This is beautiful. This color is beautiful. Really unique, kind of rosier brown terracotta color, but very pretty. And on my skin tone, it looks really nice. It's not too much. I was able to apply it really easily and had no issues with it. It does say it's more of a matte finish. I'm not really seeing that on my skin, but I'm guessing it's just from all the glowy things we had underneath. But this is one of my favorite things from the video, as well as the powder. The powder from Amicole, this is really nice. It's very thin, very finely milled, and it does not look powdery. It does not look heavy on my skin at all, but it really mattified and just smoothed out this area. So this, I could see this becoming a new favorite powder. Very similar to Mario. So if you've tried the Mario powder and you liked it, you would probably really like that. If you didn't like the Mario powder, they really remind me of each other. So you probably wouldn't like that one, but I'm very impressed with that. And then the Jensy products. Now this product, the Arch Support, is that the name of it? Yes, Arch Support Brow Gel. Oh, okay, now this totally makes sense. It says Brow Powder Gel. So that's why it was giving me like a powdered look. I kept thinking that as I was applying it, is it almost looks like powder. Oh, Blair, it says it on here. Okay, this is nice. I was looking this up online because I was curious. The shade that they sent me was light taupe. This is a cool blonde color is how they describe it, but they also make taupe, which is a cooler brown, which I think is what I need. This one I think is a little too light for me. I would really like to get this honestly in taupe and try it out, because I do think this does exactly what it says. It adds fullness, gives you like that bushy brow kind of look if you like that, and it definitely makes your brows soft looking, full but soft. So I like this so far, and it feels nice, like it's gonna have a lot of hold. This I would buy and try my correct shade. The eyeshadows, okay. Very impressed with the matte one, not impressed with the shimmer one at all. I would definitely skip this metallic shade. It's the weirdest thing. When you saw earlier when I like swiped it on, it looks really nice and metallic, but then when you blend it, all of that goes away. Like there's no shine. It looks very dull on my eyes. So I don't like that at all. So I would skip that. This matte one in linen, very nice. Very good formula, easy to blend, great color for my skin tone just to kind of even out my lids. So this, I would like to try more colors of the matte. not so much with the metallic. What else? The Thrive eye brighteners. These are nice. I mean, they're pretty standard eyeshadow sticks in neutral colors. They are a little bit more on the dry side, like a cream to powder kind of finish, but these are nice. I particularly like this brown that we used, which was Shany Joe in the crease, because it's a very good light neutral brown. It doesn't lean too cool or too warm, which I really like. So I kind of want to keep playing with these, but so far I do like those. This eyeliner from Jensy, it's nice. I would probably not really wear a purple liner, but I mean, it applied really nicely. It's very creamy. Definitely feels like a liner that would stay. The texture of it just feels like it's gonna kind of set as you're applying it, but I mean, it's nice. Probably not my color that I would pick, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And I do think it makes my eyes pop just a little bit. So that's pretty nice. The mascara, I would say skip. I mean, unless I'm just missing something here. This is so dry. Why is this so dry? I don't know. This almost kind of has the same texture as that Arch Support brow gel. And I mean, you can see it on my lashes now, but it's nothing like revolutionary or exciting. And it doesn't even look brown on my lashes. It looks black brown. So I'm not super impressed with that. The Persona lip liners. These are great. I like these lip liners. These aren't my colors really. I wouldn't use these tones much. Marrakesh is not bad, but it's not, it's definitely not gonna be like a favorite lip liner for me, just based on the shade. But these are very nice, very creamy lip liners that I do enjoy. I just don't love the colors. This lipstick we didn't try on because it's super pink, and I don't know, I wasn't really feeling that with this look, but we'll try this in another video. Oh, this lip oil from Beauty Pie, it's fine. It's a really thin lip oil, nothing special, I would say. So my top 3 products from here are Skin Tint from Sigma. I do have a code with Sigma, by the way, if you want to try this or anything else. It's just Blair. And I believe it saves you 10%, and you can usually stack it with other promotions. So I do have an affiliate code. It's just my name, Blair, if you want to use it. So that product, this product, and the Ami Collet powder. These 3 are the things I'm most impressed with from this video. All right, that is everything for today. That was a lot. I am glad I sat down and did this video though, because I'm like drowning in PR, I feel. So I'm glad that I did sit and try a bunch of these things. I will have everything linked for you. If you're interested in anything, it will all be in the description box and linked for you in YouTube shopping as well. If you are new, I hope you'll subscribe and make sure to follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And I will see you again very soon. Remember, simply be you. Bye.